In Blood and Iron, there are irregular tactics. Tactics which are ineffective and rarely ever work. Some of these tactics involve convincing your entire team, something that rarely can ever happen. Others are simply easy to counter. Some are as simple as having your entire team in a single building, which is very ineffective. And some are just exaggerated versions of great tactics. Cavalry spam, for example. If your entire team is cavalry, you won't be doing very well. But there is one more which we'll be starting off with. It's a strategy that is very rare and almost never works. This strategy is, of course, Scottish Piper spam. While there are many people who try to copy this weird strategy, rarely do they get the same effectiveness and same amount of numbers as I did, with almost half of the team being Scottish. But what makes this tactic even more irregular is the fact that it's actually an organized horde, one that will follow orders, one that is somewhat decent at combat, and one that can very quickly destroy the entire French team. At the start, we decided to rush the artillery. Why? Because one Frenchman said that he was gonna canister all of us, and that was unacceptable. We instantly moved to the cannons, attempting to scare him, which did not work, so we then killed him and rallied around his corpse. After brutally killing this French artilleryman, we resynchronized our song and proceeded onto our next objective. After some mourning of the man who was trying to kill us, I proceeded to rally the entire Scottish division and proceeded to murder the rest of the French. No French would survive. We would show that Scottish pipers reign supreme. While I died in this attack, they got scared by the sheer amount of yellow pipers there were, which very quickly killed almost everyone. But they did manage to kill almost all of us after one of them got behind us and massacred us. It was a sad day for the pipers, but we have won. Moving on to our next irregular tactic, it's actually one that's somewhat common. The entire team hiding in a house. This version of this irregular tactic involves the entire team hiding in a warehouse rather than a two-story house. This irregular tactic almost never works, but when it does, it's hilarious because one sapper is the one that won the game, because everyone else dies. But sadly for us, this was not going to be that scenario, and rather it was going to be a one-sided massacre. We quickly fortified the warehouse, but this wasn't going to help much. It was only going to define how the battle would be fought. This battle would be fought by breaking through several lines and us retreating back until we have no other option but to fight. The French had arrived before we had finished barricading the front door. We wouldn't have much time to add many more fortifications. The defense would start soon. It would be a bloody battle. It's not one we were likely to win. Already part of our team had died from trying to camp in a different house. We thought we had a chance, but we didn't know how badly we were going to be crushed and have almost no chance of fighting back. We got into combat positions, waiting for the enemy to breach. Only a few of them were here, but more were starting to get here. Soon, they would breach the wall, and soon, the combat would commence. Moving on to the final irregular tactic, the whole team being Cavalry. One good sapper that builds several stakes will spell doom. Now this could have been salvaged, but since Westphalia does not get any dragoons, we had no chance if we'd lose our horses. We'd just be swordsmen. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here before the very embarrassing moment in which we all died to a single sapper appears. I'll be spending the rest of my time with the Scottish Armada, and I'll spend the rest of my time playing Amazing Grace with the rest of my team.